Session here with my brother Stan. We're going to go over some YouTube likes and subscriptions, and you've seen YouTube creators, content creators ask you to click like and click subscribe, and you know that they're asking you to do that because it benefits them, right? Or that's what you assume. What I want to go over is how likes and subscribes benefit you and how you can make use of them for your own purposes. Absolutely irrelevant of what the content creator is doing. So I'm going to switch over to Stan here. I've got him in a Zoom meeting. You can see him now, and Stan's going to unmute his microphone so we can get this started. Stan, are you with me?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
There you are. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through getting me connected remotely to your laptop there, and we'll go into this with YouTube. So I have connected to your laptop before, but we have not set it up for me to be able to automatically reconnect without your involvement. So what I'm going to ask you to do is go to a website, logmein123.com.
Go to a website.
Yeah, open your web browser. Can be Google.
Do I minimize this?
Yeah, you could just minimize your Zoom session.
I'm working on it, trying to figure out how to do it. Exit full screen.
You know what? Actually, before you do that, why don't you do sharing? Share your screen.
Okay.
And that's going to...
down in the bottom somewhere, I think. Here it is, share screen.
That's right.
Okay, click. Okay, I have a box up that says share my screen, and I'm going to click on share.
That's right.
Click. Okay, now it's showing me share my screen. Looks like that's the last thing I had up.
So that is showing in Zoom on my cell phone. And so now what I'm going to do is hit a couple buttons here so that I can show that on my YouTube stream. So yeah, what we're seeing now, and you can't see this, Stan, so I'm just going to describe a little bit, is the main body of the YouTube video right now is showing your screen with your email, and you could minimize that. It looks like Microsoft Outlook you're using, I guess. And there's your desktop. And I see the Zoom videos up in the top right corner of my screen. You don't see that, but there's a little thumbnail image of both me and you. And then I also have a picture-in-picture of myself using my webcam. So I'm going to get rid of that picture-in-picture and just show my desktop without the picture-in-picture, but we still have the Zoom, and we're seeing your desktop screen. So what browser do you like to use? I see Microsoft Edge.
This guy right here, I guess.
That guy right there. That's good. Go ahead and open that. And we'll wait for your screen to populate. And we know that you're on a remote Wi-Fi, a cellular service internet connection, right?
Yes.
So we're expecting this to be a little bit sluggish, and that's going to be okay. So it's populating there. Okay, so now if you click in the address bar at the top of the screen, where it says search or enter web address.
Okay.
And that's the place where we want to go. Now, if we type in a full website address, it'll take us straight to that address. If we type it wrong, or if we just type a search term, then we're going to get search results. So what I want you to do is type www.logmein123.com. Put the period and com, C-O-M. And press enter.
Getting used to this keyboard.
Okay.
Okay, and press enter.
Yep. And that's going to populate and ask for a 6-digit code. While we're waiting for that to populate, I'm going to switch over to my second computer and set up a session for you. So I'm putting in your name to identify the computer. And then I click on Create PIN Code. And this is going to be the 6-digit code that you'll put in when it's ready for that. I'm going to switch back to your computer. And we're still waiting for it to populate. So you have your laptop right now connected through, what is it, a Verizon service?
Yeah, Verizon Jetpack.
Verizon Jetpack. So it connects through cell phone towers, and it is at the moment providing your laptop connection to the internet, where we have a Zoom session going, and we're trying to set up a remote connection session. So it's already a slow internet connection, and we're putting a lot of load on it. So we're going to see how this performs. So there it's asking for the 6-digit code. The code is 804324. And then click Start Download. In the bottom of the screen, we have the choice of Run, Save, or Cancel. We'll do Run. If you were using Google Chrome, it would have already downloaded. In the bottom left corner, we would see a little rectangle indicating the download. So there we're at 30%. It's telling us there's 34 seconds remaining. After it finishes that, there'll be a couple more clicks on your side and a couple clicks on my side, and then I should be connected. Now I can see your screen with this Zoom session, so I can provide computer support just through this much right here. Doing the remote connection just gives the extra functionality of where I can actually click on things on your computer. And actually, for the purposes of this video that we're creating about YouTube likes and subscribes, the Zoom screen share would really be enough. Now, at the bottom of your screen on the taskbar, there's a flashing icon that has a plus sign or a cross inside of a blue circle. So if you just click that with your left mouse button, it's kind of pulsing there. And then it shows us that user account control is enabled on this PC. Please click OK to allow Rescue to elevate your session. So click on that OK button. So that was so far 2 clicks. You had to click on that pulsing icon on your taskbar and then click the OK button. And now I'm looking around on the screen. I'm going to show my second computer here to show that I see an indication that you are connecting. And I can click the Close button on my Create New Session screen while we're waiting for that connection to happen. I'm going to pop back over to show your screen and see if there's anything else waiting for us to click on. You know what, Stan, while we're waiting for that, I see that Outlook is still open. Could you right-click on that Outlook icon on your taskbar and choose Close?
No, I have in the middle of my screen, it says, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device?
Ah, yes, we do. I cannot see that.
Okay.
So that's one screen that doesn't show up through Zoom. So yes, answer affirmative to that.
Okay. All right. Now I've got my screen back.
Yeah.
And it's populating on the left box, Computer Age Consulting.
Yeah, but we took too long. It gave my side gave up that connection. Yeah, on the that Computer Age Consulting dialog window towards the left side of your screen, at 6:26 p.m. it says this session has expired and can no longer be used. To start a new session, this applet must be downloaded again. So I think what happened is after you clicked OK to elevate the session, I think pretty quickly you got that other prompt asking you to allow something, and we just let that sit too long. So what I'd like you to do is that Computer Age Consulting dialog window, click the X to close that little window. And then what we need, not download, we're going to have to get back to where we can do another 6-digit code. And I'm kind of liking that we are demonstrating this because this is something that happens occasionally. So what I'd like you to do is up around where the address bar is, to the left of that address bar there's a padlock, and to the left of that there's a picture of a house. To the left of that there's the refresh button. Let's try that. Just left click on that. See if that gets us back to entering a new 6-digit code, and it does. So I'm going to get you a new code here. And the new code is 324836.
Whoops. What?
Should be a backspace.
Oh, I'm hitting the delete button, so that's the wrong button there.
All right.
There we go. There, how's that?
Yep, and then start download.
You want to
Run.
run, okay. %.
So after this finishes downloading, we expect to then see the prompt for elevating your session, and we expect to see after that additional button for well, when you get to that point, I'm going to have you read that. I just had to plug in the power on my cell phone because that's where my Zoom session is, and it looks like I've dropped out.
Yeah, it does. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Okay, good. And I'm still on mute. I no longer have my headset plugged into the phone, so I was half anticipating that might cause a problem, but I don't think it did. All right, so what do we got? There's that pulsing icon on your taskbar. Click on that.
Okay.
So that's the first click after the download finished. And
All
then
right.
click
Allow
OK.
control.
Yeah, user account control. Click OK on that. I can see that. Now
Okay.
I think you're
now,
getting another
now you
message.
probably don't see this. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device?
And what buttons do you have?
I have a yes and a no.
All right, so click yes.
Now it's populating computer age consulting box.
Yeah, so now I just got a beep on my computer, and I've got a message that shows that you are waiting. So I right click on that and choose start. And then we're going to go back.
Adding population.
Okay. Did you get anything on your screen?
Yeah, it's support session established with DougBetts.
Okay.
Last line.
I can see that. So now the next thing I click on my side is launch remote control session. And that'll give a message on your screen.
I got a message here. Computer Age Consulting, DougBetts would like to view your desktop and share control. I have a OK or a cancel.
Click OK. And I am able to see that message through the Zoom screen sharing. So now my second computer shows your desktop screen. So I now see your desktop screen on my second computer with all of the Zoom video images that you see. And I also have a picture-in-picture from my webcam, which I'm going to turn off right now.
And you're controlling my mouse too.
I can control your mouse now. So here's that Outlook icon on your taskbar. I'm going to right click on that, and that should give us a little menu, and I'm going to choose Close Windows. So we're just going to lighten up the load on your computer by closing that. So on your computer, we have the remote connection open, and we have the Zoom open, and it looks like you don't. Oh, you also have the Microsoft Edge open, which we don't need that anymore. So I'm going to close that, and that gets us back to your desktop. And then here's the chat window for my remote connection. I can actually type chat messages to you through this, and you can type back through here. We're not going to need that, so I'm going to minimize that window. Now we still have the screen sharing happening through Zoom. We don't need that anymore, and that's probably putting an extra drain on your computer, an extra load. So I'm going to click on Stop Share. And
now I'm looking at Zoom.
so you see the Zoom window now.
The three icons or the three pictures.
Okay, so now that has populated. Now we can minimize that and then work on the YouTube techniques that are the subject of this session, if we find that the performance is reasonable enough. So if I switch back to the Zoom session on my live stream, it's still, I can show you and myself in video. And then come back over here to the remote session with you. Now, the screen that I'm showing right now in the video does not show your image. We do see still this.
Yes.
Let's see, exit minimize video. Now, that's just showing that we still have a Zoom session running, and we can just stick it off on the side here. All right, so now what I'm proposing to do with you is to go onto YouTube, where you're logged in with your account, and discuss some things regarding liking videos and subscribing to videos. Before we do that, since I didn't tell you my plans and intentions ahead of time, and this was not you requesting this session, I want to point out to you that when we go onto your YouTube account, we're going to be displaying for the world at large, whoever watches this video, what videos YouTube is suggesting to you, what channels you've subscribed to, and what videos that you have liked. Are you okay with doing that?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and open YouTube.
I normally don't do that on this computer, so.
Oh, okay.
I don't have an icon for YouTube.
Oh, all right. Well then, actually, before you do that, I'm going to point out to the viewing audience that I'm going to click full screen to make your screen show up a little bit bigger, and then I'm also going to stretch it to fit the window. So now it shows a better size image. So let's go to Microsoft Edge. That's that letter E on your taskbar at the bottom. So you usually do YouTube, I imagine, through your iPad or your iPhone.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
We might have something on here, maybe. In likes or in.
Well,
share.
I see in the upper right corner that we're logged on currently as Radonna.
Yes.
So Radonna's your wife, and we don't really want to use her account because she hasn't given her permission. But that's logged in with her Microsoft account, so that's not going to affect YouTube. Go ahead and click in the address bar and click youtube.com. And as soon as you did
Oops.
the letter Y, it showed up YouTube because it recognizes that. And I'm actually going to switch to show a different screen. I've gone back to the Zoom meeting just for protection's sake to be sure that we're not showing Radhana's content. So press the Enter key to actually go to that website. Now we're waiting to see that populate. So I see here that I'm going to have plenty of time to talk between screen draws. And it's quite possible that this might have performed better for us if we had stayed with the screen share on the Zoom meeting. Since we do still have the Zoom meeting going, we may even abort back to that. It'd be fairly simple to do so. YouTube is starting to populate now, but we can't tell yet what account it's signed in with until it finishes redrawing. We expect in the upper right corner of the YouTube screen to indicate who we're logged into, what YouTube account we're logged into, if any. So I see the letter S in the upper right corner, so that indicates to me that we probably are safe. Would you just float your mouse over that S icon? I suppose I could have done it since I am remotely connected. And just let go of your mouse for a moment and let it sit there. And I'm expecting it'll pop up a little balloon that shows what name it is. If not, then click your left mouse button on the S.
I clicked. I think it's just running slow.
Yeah, let's wait for it. Oh, okay, that's great. We got SRB Transport. That's your sub channel.
Yes.
We created that in our last session. Did we do that with using your laptop?
Yes.
Okay. So we have experienced working with your laptop through a remote session already. And I believe we made a video out of that. So this looks good. And you probably haven't subscribed or liked anything under this account yet.
Correct.
Okay, so on the left-hand side of your screen, there's a panel menu on the left side. One of those options says Liked Videos. Go ahead and click on that. And I could be making these clicks myself, but if I'm talking you through it, that provides the audio content for this instructional video we're making. So in this liked videos area, it says no videos. So there's nothing listed in there. If you have liked some videos, they would show up in here now. On that left panel, a little bit higher, is the word subscriptions. Would you click on that? And there's no subscriptions in here. What we are seeing, a whole bunch of things offered to you to subscribe. We see the Best of YouTube section. I'm going to point to that. And we see this Creator on the Rise. All of these say subscribe. It does not say subscribed, past tense, which means you are not subscribed to any of these. Now you can switch to your own YouTube account by clicking on that letter S in the upper right corner. Go ahead and do that. And we'll take a look at those same menu items from your actual account. So go down to Switch Account. And then it gives you your different accounts you can switch to. Choose Stand Bets. And when we get to here, we're going to go look at your subscriptions and your liked videos. And then the main focus of what I'm going for with creating this video is to discuss and show how you can utilize the action of liking videos and subscribing for your own purposes, regardless of the fact that the content creators, the video creators, want you to do that. And I think a lot of times are a little misguided in requesting you to subscribe and like, because there's some rather surprising effects of having too many people subscribe and like your videos. And we'll get into that. And I know I said that a little ambiguously. So over on the left-hand side, click on subscriptions. Right now, we're just seeing videos that YouTube is suggesting for you to watch. And YouTube is suggesting those videos based on the YouTube algorithm and what it thinks you would want to watch. And one of the things we see in there is live Windows training, DougBetts live stream. That's the video we're creating right now. We are live streaming right now, and if you were to click on that, that would be really weird, because you'd be watching what we said 10 seconds ago. Oh, you know what? I think I...
Go ahead.
Are you there? Yeah, are you there, Stan?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I see. My phone, where I'm participating with the Zoom session, had gotten switched over to speaker view, so I didn't see your video anymore. Now let's see. Are we on subscriptions yet? No, we haven't.
No, it's not there yet.
We haven't got there yet. In the address, don't click again. In the
Okay.
address bar at the top, we see the URL that says youtube.com/feed/subscriptions. So it is trying to go to subscriptions. And we don't see the weight indicator to indicate that it is trying to get to that screen. So I think it's still trying to get there.
Every once in a while, I see my mouse change to a circle,
Okay.
but it doesn't stay on very long. It just pops in and pops out. And it could be an issue with this computer.
And it could be an issue that your computer is giving its priority attention to the Zoom session.
Okay. Well, I see up in the top, there goes again with the circle.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Up on the top, it has 137 subscriptions. Is that a clue on why it might be taking so long?
Yeah, it's trying to
Subscribe to
populate.
137.
Right. So that was a good observation, that that's the first thing that we saw. So let's see, I'm going to do another a click somewhere else here. I'm going to right click on your taskbar and then choose Task Manager. And we're going to try to get a little peek at how hard your computer is working in the background. I'm going to drag this over to the right side where it's more convenient for me to see, and then click on More Details. And then click on Performance. Actually, let's come back and talk about this processes screen a little bit first, because that gives us some information there. It's showing us that your CPU is, or around 53%, 58%. So that seems kind of reasonable, considering how much stress it should be under right now. And then we saw it go up to 80%. So it's varying a lot. Now that the screen has kind of settled down a little bit, these numbers are changing more frequently. And we're seeing down here that the Zoom session is 22%. And we're seeing that Microsoft Edge is showing a very low number. So that indicates that it's giving very little priority to Microsoft Edge, which is where we are trying to access YouTube from. Then in the memory column, we're seeing that Microsoft Edge is occupying a much larger amount of memory than Zoom is. That's interesting. This is showing disk activity and network activity. And let's try to make this window larger here. See if I can get, yeah, I don't want to risk closing it. There's that double-headed arrow. I could maximize this window, but I'd rather just make it larger. Do you see how I'm trying to get that diagonal arrow down here in the bottom right corner? Oh, never mind, I got it. Trying to get this larger and show more of what's going on. I don't want to maximize it because I want to be able to keep
see what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, see what's going on in YouTube in the back. So here, power usage, Zoom meetings is very high. Edge is very low. The background processes don't look like they're a big deal. Now, if I can click on any of these column headings and sort that column in descending or ascending order. So that's going to help us see what background processes might be taking up a lot of CPU cycles. So there's a single click. This is in descending order now. We know that because this arrow is pointed down. So Zoom meetings clearly taking up the most of it. And then Log Me and Rescue, which is my remote connection. And we have things bouncing around here a little bit because their numbers are changing. All right, so that's not giving me any extra insight. I'm going to go ahead over to this Performance tab and then choose Open Resource Monitor. These windows typically respond pretty quickly, even when we have sluggishness going on with the computer. So here we see CPU usage varying, like we saw on the other screen. But here, maximum frequency. This is showing 122%, meaning your computer's running over its maximum capability. It's kind of a turbo mode or overclock mode. Sometimes I'll see that this maximum frequency is below 100%, and that's indicating that there is power management, where your computer's trying to save power by reducing the power capabilities of the CPU. Or another reason for going below 100% is if the CPU is overheating, such as a defective fan. So this is showing us that your CPU is really working at its maximum capability and over. Now, it's actually only operating at 54% CPU utilization right now, this green area. But the maximum frequency, think of that like how much power a car has. You might be driving a car only at 30 miles an hour. But if it has a larger, more powerful engine, it feels faster. Even though two cars might both be able to accomplish 30 miles an hour, the car that has more power accomplishes that easier. So this margin here, where your CPU is not actually working in this area, that's showing a pretty healthy status right now. All right, so I've seen all that I care about right there. And we do know that the log me in was taking a substantial amount, or actually, sorry, the Zoom meeting is taking a substantial amount. So if we were to end the Zoom meeting for your computer, we should see a much better performance. Now you have your cell phone on hand, right?
Yes.
So we could end the Zoom session with your laptop, and then you could join the Zoom session on your cell phone. Or maybe the other way around. How about you join this Zoom session on your cell phone first?
Okay.
And then we'll end the Zoom session very promptly from your computer. And we want to do that really quick because of the feedback issue. If you have two devices in a Zoom session at the same time, we're going to get that feedback issue.
I'm trying to figure out what to click on to get into the Zoom meeting that
Well,
we're
you
in
could-
right now, because, go ahead.
You could hold down your home button on your iPhone and just say open Zoom.
Okay. Open Zoom. There it is. Join a meeting.
Yep.
Meeting ID number is
559 500 3498.
and join.
Yeah.
And I'm turning down my volume right now. Password is
The number 5 6 times. That's just curious. It's looking to me like your laptop is already disconnected from the Zoom session. That can't be.
yeah, it does look like it.
That's the only audio connection we have to each other. Okay, so I'm going to click to close Zoom on your laptop now that I hear it. That says leave meeting. Oh, I know.
Let me see. Can't figure out how to get to my mute button.
All right. So the Zoom session is closed on your laptop. You can unmute your cell phone. Yeah. Well, you went back to mute again.
All right, how about that? Can you hear me now?
You're unmuted. And looks like you have your video turned off on the cell phone.
Well, let's see what I do here. Video. I might be doing, okay,
There
maybe
you
I
are.
got it.
There you are.
Okay.
And can you turn your phone sideways?
Oh, okay, can do.
Yeah, so now we have you back in Zoom. And so now we've offloaded the Zoom session from your laptop. So let's see if it's performing better. So up here in the address bar, it still indicates subscriptions. I'm going to move the mouse around a little bit and see what happens. Okay, here I'm highlighting subscriptions. I'm going to go ahead and click on that and see if we get a response.
Red line up on top looks like it's about, what, 80% through?
Yeah,
That looks like it went to 100, and it went away.
yeah. we're still not seeing your subscriptions. All right, I'm going to try your liked videos. So you have a good, strong connection to your Verizon hotspot. There we just got liked videos showed up.
There we go.
I was contemplating do a speed test because we don't know how strong your Verizon hotspot connection is to the internet.
Well, whoops, I dropped you. I just got a notification from Verizon that it throttled me. And I'm so disappointed in Verizon that it throttles me.
Oh. Are you maybe at the end of your month?
Yes.
End of your allotment? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
I have unlimited Verizon internet. So what makes me angry is that it's unlimited, but yet they still go ahead and throttle me.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed in them.
So it's interesting, we were able to get to liked videos, but when I tried to go back to subscriptions, it didn't.
Okay, we're back. We're kind of back now.
Yeah, so here we're back to liked videos. So these are videos that you've liked. Now, the point that I like to make to YouTube viewers, everybody is a YouTube viewer, even if they are content creators. They watch videos most likely. When you like a video, you're doing two things. For the content creator, you're indicating to them that you liked it. Okay, that's nice. The content creator enjoys that, likes it, but it doesn't mean anything to them for money. They make money based upon watch time. If you click that you like a video, the only thing that might do is help the algorithm judge whether that video is going to be welcomed by other YouTube viewers. However, if you don't click like on the video, but yet you watch the video all the way through, and especially if you watch it a second time, or if you scrub back and forth and re-watch portions of it, but yet you watch the whole video, the algorithm at that moment knows that you watched that video. And in a sense, you liked it. You stayed with it. If you watch a video for, let's say a 20-minute video for about 4 minutes, and the content creator asks you to click like, and you click like, but you only watched 4 minutes of it. The YouTube algorithm is an artificial intelligence. We call it AI. So if you were to look at that as a human being, somebody clicked like after watching the video for 4 minutes and they didn't watch the rest of the video, do you really believe that that like is legitimate or worth anything?
Me, no.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense, does it? If somebody clicks like after watching for 4 minutes, also understand that the YouTube algorithm can read the closed captioning. And that's why YouTube does closed captioning for free. When you create a YouTube video, you go back and watch it later, turn on closed captioning, and YouTube has created the closed captioning. Why does it do that for free? It does that because YouTube wants to understand the content of the video. So when the content creator asks you to click like at the 3-minute 30-second mark, and the algorithm notices that everybody who likes that video clicked the like button within the next 30 seconds after the content creator asked them to, and then they did not finish watching the video, how much credibility does the YouTube algorithm place on the like button for that content creator? It doesn't. It shouldn't. If the YouTube algorithm is intelligent or smart at all, it should not. So if you watch the video all the way through, the algorithm knows that and remembers that and is going to show you more videos like that, even if you don't click like, even if you don't click subscribe. So I'm kind of pessimistic about clicking like just for the benefit of the content creator. Now let's talk about the benefit for you. You've got all these liked videos here. Now, one thing that's really convenient about this is that if you watch a video and you know that you want to be able to find this video again in the future, then you can come in here to your liked videos and you can find it very easily, unless you have been really loosey-goosey about clicking like. If you click like a lot, then you're going to have a whole bunch of videos in here. But if you're stingy about clicking like and you only click like when you want to be able to go back and find that video, then you can do that in here. And that's something that I do a lot because I want to be able to go back and find videos that I want to use as sort of a reference point. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this kebab menu over here, the 3 dots vertically, we call that a kebab because it kind of looks like a shish kebab. So I click on that and you find over here that you can actually remove a video from your liked videos. If you were to decide that you want to clean up your liked videos so that you can use this feature more for your benefit, then that's a way you could clean up your liked videos. Now, this red line at the bottom of these videos is indicating that you did watch these videos all the way through. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
That you likely did watch those all the way through.
Yeah, because some of them don't go all the way across.
Yeah, so I'm just scrolling down to see some of them that, like here, this one doesn't go all the way across, yet you did click like without finishing the video.
Correct.
Do you have any guess why you would have done that?
I saw it on my iPhone instead of my laptop, I think.
Okay, because it could be that you would click like even though you weren't going to finish watching it now.
Oh, you know what? No, I didn't watch all these on my laptop. I've been watching these either on my iPhone or my iPad.
Okay, so
don't watch these on the computer.
Well, that's irrelevant because this is your YouTube account.
Yeah.
These are not your likes that you did on your laptop. These are likes and views that you did on using your YouTube account. Now, it is possible that you watched this all the way through once and then you watched it partway through again. And that could be why it only shows the red line partway through.
That sounds feasible. Yeah.
Okay.
Because some of them I know I've watched all the way through a couple times, and then I look at this screen and I see the red only going halfway across.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes like right there.
Yeah, this one right here. So are you inclined to think that you did watch this all the way through and then maybe watched it again partway?
Yes.
All right. Well, at any rate, I gotta say, by looking at this, you look like you've been pretty legitimate about your likes, meaning I don't see red lines that only go for a short distance at the beginning, and then you click the like button just to be kind to the content creator. But I do see a lot of liked videos, 200 of them, and maybe more. It looks like it's trying to populate more with this spinning circle.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah. So if a person decided that they did want to manage their liked videos and get it more reasonable, another approach is what we did in a prior video, where we created a sub channel for you, because that sub channel is brand fresh subscriptions and fresh likes. So if you wanted to get a cleaner list of liked videos, you could use that channel and start, essentially you're starting fresh.
Yeah.
So let's see, was there anything else on this kebab menu before we move over to subscriptions? I'm clicking on that kebab menu and waiting for it to respond. Oh, I got a message down at the bottom saying it was recovering the page. Oh, there it is. Add to queue, save to watch later, and save to playlist. So those are other techniques you can use to be able to find a video later. So that's enough about liked videos.
Before you leave this screen,
Yeah.
if you change this liked video to, let's say, start at the top, add to queue, would that remove the liked video function?
No, I'm sure it wouldn't, but let's test that. So,
You can do it to this one if you want.
Rain Loves Me.
Yeah.
So, single left click on the kebab menu and wait for it to show up. There it finally showed up. I did not click again. So if we add to queue, now let's also pay attention to finding where does that show up.
Okay.
So that's going to add it to a watch queue. So because you're telling YouTube you want it to feed this video to you. So I did a left click on add to queue. There. And it says, shows now playing here. And down here it shows queue 1 of 1. It is still in this list. And let's see, this arrow right here pointed diagonally up would be to expand the video. And this should be here to collapse the title at the bottom. Let's see if I can move this up. I think it's actually trying to start playing that right now, which we already know that your internet is throttled.
Yeah.
So, but the what we've seen enough of to do here is that it stays.
When it highlights all that stuff, I'm somewhat locked up, I think.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to close this video to see if I can stop it from trying to play. And there's a recover web page button.
That's usually what I have to do, is shut that down and then bring it back up again. Although this looks like it's trying to load that. Well, I'm wrong.
I think this, yeah, I think it is trying to show that video.
Well, it's playing something.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
playing.
it's playing that same video. It says,
Yeah.
Rain loves me.
Yeah. So it added it when we chose to add it to the queue. It just started playing that right away. So let's see if we have that same option. Yeah. See, we could keep adding more videos to the queue, which actually has kind of a convenience, because maybe you've experienced this as I have, is when we have this next list, it changes as you go to different videos, and you might lose something. You might see a couple things on here you want to see, and by the time you start the next video, you've now lost one of the videos you want to watch from this listing. So you could just click along here and add them to the queue, or save to watch later. So adding to the queue is adding to a queue that you're intending to watch now. And if you were to stop watching before you finish everything that's in the queue, I suspect when you come back in, it would start feeding those to you in the same order, but I haven't tested that. And you could save to watch later, or save to playlist. You could also say not interested, which is a useful thing. If you see some videos being offered to you that are just outside of your area of interest, you could tell YouTube you're not interested in that, to get it to stop feeding you those kind of videos. So I'm going to come back over here to the left panel. It's been collapsed to this hamburger menu. This menu on the left-hand side that looks like a hamburger bun and a slice of hamburger meat and a bottom bun. Then we'll call that a hamburger menu. So single left click on that will re-expand this left-hand panel menu. And so then we could go to subscriptions. And I'm probably going to shorten this up from what I was thinking, since we have performance issues. Oh, and the throttling that Verizon is doing on you right now is combined between your cell phone and your laptop. So, and prior, when we tried to go into subscriptions, it just wasn't going there at all. So you know what, I think we're probably going to hang it up on that. And so we've just covered the subject of liked videos. And then what I'm going to do is close down the YouTube tab and go to google.com. And we're just going to get an idea of how much you're throttled by doing speed test. So Google search for speed test, and then click. Now notice that Google search came up really quick. Well, that's because this page isn't nearly as complicated as a YouTube page. So yeah, we got 0.55 megabits per second for download. and 0.55 megabits per second for upload. So that's very, very slow.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is AT&T faster? Do they throttle?
I don't know that for sure. And another possibility is I wonder if you can up your plan with Verizon to where they won't throttle you at the level that you're at right now. Because I've increased my Verizon plan a few times, and it's
Okay.
like $10 a month for an extra gigabit of bandwidth. And let's see, my cell phone's on Verizon, but it's right now going through my Comcast Wi-Fi. I'm gonna try, oh, this is interesting. Let me see if I can. Now, I was going to try to share my cell phone screen, but the share option on Zoom for a cell phone just shares like photos and videos and I think a couple other things, but it doesn't actually show going through the settings screens. So let's see, carrier services. You know, we should do that in another session. This
That sounds good.
This video has gone on long enough. Yeah, I've got under settings and then cellular, when I scroll down to current period, I'm showing 25.2 gigabytes. So I think $10 a month is an extra 10 gigabytes, not 1 gigabyte. Yeah, any rate, let's not go down that road right now. So I'm going to disconnect from the remote session. Let's close that down, come up here to the top and restore this window, then click End. Well, I'll close Task Manager. Click End, and then right click on your entry on my rescue screen and click End. So now I'm totally disconnected from your computer. And close that window, and then come back to the Zoom meeting and say goodbye there, and then I'll wrap up the video. All right, so thank you much, Stan.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Doug. And
All
we'll
right.
catch you next time around.
Very good. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
So I'm going to end the Zoom meeting, end meeting for all, and Stan is gone, and then back to my camera, and I think that'll wrap it up for this video. I hope that was of use to you. If you'd like to request a support session with me where I can help you with your computer or just about any need that you have, been a professional computer consultant, self-employed, making my full-time living since 1992 doing this. You can send an email to me. The address is DougBetts@LiveWindowsTraining.com, and just give me an idea what you want help with and give me a way to contact you and we'll put it together. So have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.